Hello. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Hangover series. Bon fucking jour. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Hangover series, where we will be going over a few special things today. Cheers. What the fuck is up? It is your host, Erica Nalen, and welcome back to another episode of the Hangover series. I am going to be honest right now, I'm a little bit drunk. I'm a little bit turned up on a Sunday. I am drinking an espresso martini. So if you don't have a martini in hand, go get one so we can drink together. Sometimes I make decisions the night before I go out for the next day, if that makes any sense. And I had these espresso martini cans. It's literally an espresso martini in a can that I got at this lovely store near my apartment. Blanking on the name of it. Has to do with a fox. They had these espresso martinis in a can that were like 20% alcohol. Didn't know that until after I bought them, and I had to, and I was like, whoa, overboard. But I had one left, and before I went out last night, I don't know why, but I was like, when I wake up tomorrow morning, I want to drink that espresso martini as my coffee. I don't know why. I just was like, that's my coffee tomorrow. Like, I want to drink that tomorrow morning when I wake up. Not sure why or why. Yeah. But that's what I'm doing. I actually did it. When I got home last night, I had like a migraine. It was National Rum Day, whatever the fuck that means. And I went to a rum party, a rummy rum. There were lays. I wore a lay. Lays are itchy. That's what I learned. Lays are very itchy on the neck. And I was like overheating and sweating, and everyone's like, why would you wear jeans here? And I'm like, I don't fucking know. I never look at the weather. I don't know, Jennifer. And I got a lay, and then I took the lay off. But rum. I had like one rum drink, and then I had a pomegranate vodka drink. I had 2 pomegranate vodka drinks, and then I drank White Claws. I never drink White Claws, but like I've been noticing lately, everyone is drinking White Claws or seltzers or something of that sort. Everyone's really into the seltz. So I've been trying to get into them, but they give me migraines. Okay. And then I think I had like a vodka soda. I don't know. Something was off about me last night. Something's been off about me for like 2 weeks when I've been out in public at the bars. And I don't know if it's because my brain is developing or if it's because of Mercury retrograde. I really don't know. But it was so bad that last night when I got home, I was laying in bed at like 3 a.m. with a migraine. And I was like ChatGPTing, is my brain fully developed? Because I wasn't having fun at the bar last night. You know, it's just like not like me. Like I was having fun, but I just felt like out of place. I felt like I didn't belong. Cheers. Wow. You know, it is pretty strong. And my sister called me this morning and was like having me FaceTime my family and her best friend. And I was like, well, the elephant in the room is that I just poured myself an espresso martini. And they're like, oh. But I love that no one's concerned or ever surprised when I say things like that. Everyone's just like, okay, you know, like, yeah, that's what she's doing. No one has pressing answers. They just know that the answer is within me. Okay. I like didn't think that I was going to be, like, I'm not drunk, but I'm not sober. And I didn't think that I would feel this way when I was recording today, but it just kind of hit me at once. And I was like, whoa. This is my first episode where I'm a little bit intoxicated. So, you know, actually you're catching me at a good time. I have been told that when I get super drunk, I have a baby voice, which Actually, if I ever see videos of me talking like this, I'm like, turn that shit off so fast. I get this like sweet baby voice. And when my roommate told me, like, you get a baby voice, I was like, stop being mean to me. But then when my best friend came to town the other week, she was like, I heard the baby voice last night and like, you do that. And I'm like, what is this? And I kind of remember when I would like date people, it would come out then and they would think it's like cute, but like, what? And I think, I don't know. I just like get really nice and I'm like, do you want to eat pizza? Not like that. Like, it's different, but I'm like, do you want to eat pizza? Like, you're so pretty. Like, do you want the blanket? I don't know. I just like talk like a baby, which I think is like kind of better than if I talked like a bitch. I went through a bitch phase. Once where I was like really angry at the world and I was like, fuck everybody. And if anyone crossed me, I'd be like, fuck you. So I feel like it's good that I'm in a baby voice era, but I think I've always been in that era of drunk talking. Also, super off topic. I think everything that I'm going to say today is extremely off topic, so if you don't want to hear about it, I would suggest leaving right now. Apparently, I have been told this since I was like a child, that I am a blanket hogger. I am a blanket theft. In the night, I will steal the blankets. I've been told that forever, but like, I just never believe people. Like, whenever someone says something like that and it seems negative, I'm like, I wouldn't steal the blankets from you because I love you, but I would. And when my friend was visiting, she was like, do you have like any extra blankets? Because I already know that you're going to take this entire comforter in the night. And I was like, wait, is it that bad? And she's like, yes, every time you sleep at my house, you take all the blankets and I'll be like, can you give me more? And you're like, Wah! Like, I'm like, fuck you, in my sleep. And my family did used to tell me that when we were like growing up and we would go on family trips and we would share we would share hotel rooms and like you share beds, whatever, that no one ever wanted to sleep in a bed with me because I would steal all the blankets and then I would kick people in my sleep. I was an aggressive sleeper. So I would be like passed out and then someone would like try to get the blanket and I'd like ka-chow, kick them in the balls. Just kidding. But I would kick them and no one wanted to sleep with me. And apparently this is a common theme in my life because my friend literally came to visit and asked if I had blankets for her because she knew I was going to steal these. And not gonna lie, when we woke up one of the mornings, I literally had this entire comforter like wrapped around my body and I turn over and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, she actually has no blanket. Like, who do I become in my sleep? Why am I a blanket theft? Why can't I share blankets? But like, honestly, soberly, what? Honestly, like, who wants to share a blanket? You know, I feel like comforters are for one and for all. I don't know if that made sense, but I feel like comforters are just for you, for yourself. Like, why do you have to share them? You know, like, I don't understand. I wrote some things down that I have questions and concerns on. These were just like some thoughts I had throughout the week that I was like, let's discuss. And also some things that happened last night, because last night I was not one to be messed with. And I was messed with by multiple men. And it's so weird to me because I don't know if anyone relates to this, but do you ever like, you go out and you're like not feeling your hottest, you're not feeling your best, like you feel good, but you're not feeling your best, you know, but you're like, whatever, I'm still going out. That's kind of how I felt last night. Like, I wasn't obsessed with my outfit. I feel like I never am though. And I wasn't obsessed with how I looked. My hair was straight. I got my hair cut and I just like don't know how I feel about it. I never know how I feel about a haircut. But, and then you go out and you're like not feeling amazing. And then I feel like so many men like attack you and you're like, whoa, I wasn't feeling good. And now I'm like left, right type shit. But let's go over some of the different things because I don't know what I'm saying right now. Also, I don't think wearing these sunglasses is helping anything I'm saying because like my room is pretty dark because again, I don't have a fucking light. Genuinely, the next place that I live, I need to do some more research. I need to be like, is there a light in the bedroom? Does anyone else live in a bedroom that doesn't have a light? Like, I feel like this cannot be considered a bedroom without a light. It really can't be. My best friend called me this morning and I'm telling her, like, I have a migraine. I have a migraine. I'm going to drink an espresso. And she's like, I'm going to Chile in Argentina. And I'm like, what? I have a migraine. And she's like, I'm going to Chile. And she's going on a solo trip. And she's going skiing. And I'm like, what? Our lives are like so different sometimes. Like, I'm over here with an espresso martini in hand talking about how the Chinese restaurant I tried to go to at 2 a.m. was closed. And she's going on a solo trip skiing. Like, how do I get on that level? I've always wanted to go on a solo trip. I feel like it would be really empowering and just like fun to do, but I have a fear of like being home alone. So I don't know how well I would do at that. I was gonna make a joke and be like, bitch, this means move on to the next topic. Okay, moving on. My first question that I thought of this morning was, what the fuck happened to Carole Baskin? And who even is that? Who is Carole Baskin? I just remember like all these TikTok songs and they're like, Carole Baskin killed her husband, alligator or something. And what happened to her? And who is she? Is she in jail? Did she actually kill her husband? Was there an alligator involved? Who the fuck is Carole Baskin? And like, why did we stop talking about her? I have questions that I forgot about. And also I was like, wait, was this Carole Baskin shit in like 2020 or was that in like 2023? And how the fuck is it 2025? My Snapchat, I don't use Snapchat, but like I have it because every photo from like high school ever is on my like Snapchat thing, like the my eyes only, because I was like trying to be secretive back in the day and I was like, every photo that I take is going in my eyes only. Every photo. And then I used to like get logged out of all my phones because I couldn't remember the fucking password to get into my phone. It's actually ridiculous. And then I'd have to like get a new phone or like restart it. And then they'd be like, you're going to lose all your pictures. It was like an ongoing thing that had happened to me since like middle school. So like genuinely my only pictures from high school are on Snapchat. So that's why I still have it. But it keeps giving me like 9 years ago today memories. And I'm like, I don't want to look at this shit. I don't want to know what I was doing 9 years ago. Some of them are intriguing and then some of them I'm like, jump scare. Jump fucking scare. But what happened to Carole Baskin? If anyone knows, like, please let me know. What did she do? Why was she so important? Like, was she on a TV show? Like, what was happening with her? Where is she now? Is she in jail? Was there an alligator involved? And yeah, I just have questions that I'm gonna Google actually after this because I'm very curious. And I don't know why that song is like stuck in my head all of a sudden as of last night. My other question was, does anyone else have little fucking gnats type bug things fly into their eyes ever? Because I swear it happens to me at least like 1 time, 2 times a year. And the other day my roomie and I were on a walk and a bug just like flew into my eye and I was like freaking out. Obviously I like go to get it. It like splits it into 3 pieces. I know this is like so fucking disgusting, but I didn't like ask for it to fly into my eye, so I'm sorry. And I'm like, oh my God, please help me get this bug out of my eye. Like, it's actually so embarrassing to get a bug stuck in your eye. and like you're on the side of the road and like you can't see, and then like your roommate is picking a fucking bug out of your eye and people are like, what the fuck, like how'd she get a bug in your eye? And it's just like weird vibes. But that happened, and she had to pick out 3 pieces of bug out of my fucking eye. And then I was like, wait, this like happens to me at least once or twice a year. And she's like, I've never had a bug fly in my eye, like what the fuck? And I'm like, do I just have like big juicy eyeballs that like bugs want to fucking fly in? Like what the hell? But I texted my family and they were like, yeah, we've had that happen. So then I was like, is this just like genetic to have bugs like want to eat your fucking eyeball? And then I texted my friends and they also said they've had that happen. So I don't know, but like, have you guys also had bugs fly into your fucking eyeballs? Because I'm over it. It's so disgusting. And like, what the actual fuck? Why does that happen? How does that happen? Like, it's not like my eyeball is like the size of a tree, you know, like how bugs are like zooming around trees and shit for like pollen. Like, my eyeball is not giving pollen. Maybe it is. We need to get a bug on the podcast stat. We need to get a gnat on here ASAP to answer that question. What attracts you to our eyeballs? Like, how? I don't understand how it happens. Like, all of a sudden you're like walking and then it's like, ooh, bug in your eye. And then you're like freaking out and you're like, help, help. Because it's so uncomfortable. Like, if you've had this happen, like, you know how uncomfortable the feeling is. Because you can just, like, feel something in your eyeball. Is this, like, really disgusting? I don't know. I remember that it used to happen when I would, like, ride my bike all the time. But, like, it should not be happening when I'm just trying to get my 10K hot girl steps in. Okay? Like, let a girl live without bugs flying in her eye. I also thought I ran into a Hinge date yesterday, but I don't know if it was him. And that might sound fucked, but it was from like over a year ago. Like, it was when I first moved here. It was like a year and a half ago. But I was walking home from the store yesterday and it was really fucking hot outside, and me and this man like lock eyes and I'm like, he looks so familiar. But then he went on his phone, so I'm like, not that like we would have been like, hey, what's up, boy? And he would be like, hey, what's up, girl? But he looked familiar. But the more I was staring at him, I was like, did we go on a date? Like, would I have gone out with that man? Like, I don't know who I was a year and a half ago, but like, did we go out? And I'm really unsure if that was him or not. Could have been his brother. Maybe he has a brother that I didn't know about. Maybe he has a cousin I didn't know about. Maybe that wasn't him. But I don't know. And I haven't really gone on that many dates. But if you ran into like someone you went on a Hinge date with, would you be like, hi? Or would you pretend you didn't know them? I feel like I would pretend I didn't know them. No, I don't know. Depends. I feel like I've never gone on a date where I was like, this is the best date of my life. Like, let's get married. Not that people are doing that, but maybe they are doing that. Let's talk about what my problem with the bars has been recently and why I think I'm going through like an awakening. I think I'm having an awakening moment, or my brain is developed, which like, I know this isn't like a pressing, concerning matter, but to me last night, I was like, this is extremely pressing. Last week, or maybe the week before, I was out at the bars and I was just like looking around and I was like, this is not fun. This is not fun. And then like last night when I was out, I was like, this is fun. But also, like, what the fuck? People are like sweaty. It's disgusting. People smell. Like, I probably smelled and I was also sweaty. So, like, not just, like, everyone else, like, me included. Like, we're sweaty. We, like, kind of look like we smell. And then people are, like, bumping into you. Like, they're not even saying, excuse me. Like, they're like, boom, boom. Like, do I look like a punching bag? Because I'm not. And then people are, like, accidentally spilling drinks on you. Your hair is, like, getting in a vodka soda. Some man is like throwing up next to you. Some other man is like hitting on a woman next to you. Everyone's like fighting like fucking wolves to get a drink. Like they are like shoving their cards in the bartender's face. Like, my turn. My turn. I want 7 tequila shots. And then Ralph over there is like, me and my girl want pineapple tequilas, you know? Like everyone's fighting over who's getting a drink. It's like hot in there. Like the music is like the most overplayed songs you've ever heard in your life. Like, I do not need to hear Pitbull sing I know that our rent was due a month ago or whatever. Like, I don't need to hear that again. I think I've heard all of these songs probably 500 times now. Like, bars either need to like get new music or new DJs, or like we need to stop playing the same songs. We need a little bit more space. We need like iPads where you can just order a drink and it comes to you, so we're not like fighting like fucking wolves. Like, I feel like iPads or like some sort of system like that would be great. AC, we need to like pump up that AC, and we need to stop shoving each other. Like, genuinely, I hate being pushed at the bar. Like, I'm like, why are you touching me? Like, ew. Why is your vodka soda on my shirt all of a sudden, you know? That's what I was thinking last night while I was at the bar the whole time. Like, I was like, this is like so weird. And then bubbles started falling from the fucking sky. I don't know why that like angered me, but like maybe I've just been on one recently, because I feel like in the past I've thought these moments were like so fun and I've been like, bubbles. But last night, like, it wasn't even bubbles, it was like fucking foam fell from the ceiling, and I was like, why is there foam in my hair? Like, I just straightened my hair, bitches. Why is there foam in it? And then more foam came like 10 minutes later. I'm like, who is setting off the foam? How do we get them to stop? I don't know. I've just had like beef with the bars. And I'm like, maybe I'm entering a new era where I want to go to like nicer like cocktail lounge bars. But then I feel like people aren't like ripping shots there, obviously. But I feel like maybe that's like my new vibe, is like nice, not even like nice, just like nicer cocktail bars where you can get like a nice cocktail or a nice glass of wine and just like sit and chitter chatter, and you can like still get hammered if you want to. It's just like, honestly, it's probably not even that more expensive, because I feel like when I go out to the bars, we're all spending like $100+ sometimes on what? Like, I'd rather spend that on like a really yummy, delicious espresso martini that tastes good and is made correctly, where I can sit down and not have Ralph breathing in my ear and trying to order a shot of Fireball. You know? I don't know. Is this what happens when you turn 24? Is my brain developed? I was asking ChatGPT these questions last night. They told me, I don't even know what they told me, because I had a migraine. I got a migraine at the bar last night. I think it's from all the fucking sugar in the drinks I was consuming that I got a migraine at the bar. Like, that never happens. But I don't know. Does anyone else feel this way? I feel like maybe, you know, some of my friends have been feeling this way for a while. But I am, as of recently, feeling this way. I feel like I've had moments, like, throughout the past year where I felt this way, where I've, like, been at, like, a super crowded bar, and I'm just like, this is, like, so unenjoyable. If I'm looking for a boyfriend, he's definitely not here. Like, I would never date in the nicest way possible, which they probably feel the same way about the girls and me there. But, like, I wouldn't date one of these sweaty-ass men that is, like, hitting on every single girl at the fucking bar. I don't know. Maybe this is an awakening that I'm having. Help. Help me. But my last two things, which I feel like these just like annoyed me last night. The men were annoying me last night, except for one man. He's giving me all these pizza recommendations. He's like from here, and he asked if I like deep dish pizza, and I was like, no. But I've also only had deep dish pizza from like one specific place that's like the most generic place here. While I was walking home from the bar last night, because the bar that we were at was like 12-minute walk to my apartment. I'm trying to like ball on a budget these days. Like, I'm trying to save money, trying to get in my 10K steps. So I was like, I'm walking home. which people were like, are you sure? And I was like, yes, question mark. And I'm walking home, and this man comes up to me while I'm walking, which is fine. But this man that looks extremely normal, he's wearing like a suit and a tie. He's walking towards me, and he's like, hey, ma'am. He called me ma'am. He's like, hey, ma'am, can you like help me with these directions? Or like, do you know where this is? And I was like, oh my gosh, of course. Like, what's up? And he gives me his phone, and it's like an empty contact, like for my number. What? Like, why can't you just be like, hey, you're really beautiful. Can I get your number? Like, why did you just fake ask me for directions and then you give me an empty contact? And I gave him his phone back, and I was like, no. What? Like, I thought you needed help with directions, sir. I'm not interested. I was trying to be a good person and give you directions to whatever the fuck you just lied about. I don't want to give you my phone number. Thankfully, he just like walked away too. So that was really great. And then I keep walking, and there's like a group of probably like 10 to 15 men in a group outside of this bar. And I was like, ugh, like I don't want to walk through them, but like I have to walk through them in order to get to where I'm going. So as I'm approaching them, and like, I mean, I have a resting unhappy face, okay? Like, it's just what I look like. I can't help it. It's who I am, okay? And I'm approaching them, and this is like one of my biggest pet peeves. Like, if you do this as a man, like literally knock it off. It's so annoying and just like weird. And I'm approaching them, just like minding my business, and they're like, why aren't you smiling? Why aren't you smiling? Give us one smile. Give us one smile. Give us one smile. Give us a smile. Like, what? This is a pageant show? Like, why are you asking me to give you a smile, sir? Why are there 15 men asking me to smile at them? I don't want to smile at you. Okay, I just want to go home and eat pizza. And they're like, smile for us, smile for us. And I'm just like, obviously not smiling for them. Like, you asking me to smile is weird. It's like 2 a.m. and I don't want to smile right now. Okay. So I'm like, obviously not smiling, and I keep walking. And then they're like, who hurt you? Who hurt you? Why are you so hurt? I'm like, in my head, like, nobody hurt me. Like, this is just what I look like, motherfucker. And then he's like, who hurt you? I will fight him. I will fight him on site right now. Tell me where he is, and I will go beat the shit out of him. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, no one hurt me. No one hurt me. And then I obviously just kept walking, and they're like, what the fuck was that bitch's problem? I'm like, what's my problem? Probably that you're harassing a woman as she's walking home at 2 a.m. and she just wants to eat fucking Chinese food. Like, I don't have a problem. But now I do have a problem because you're fucking harassing me as I'm trying to walk home, and I have to get through you guys to get home. Like, zoop, zip your mouth and mind your own business. Like, what? Why do men think? This has happened so many times that, like, when this happens, it, like, actually annoys me. And I had a migraine, so, like, that was even more annoying. But, like, why do men stare at you and be like, smile? Like, I don't want to smile. And why do they think that they can be like, smile, smile? Give me a smile. Like, what the fuck? This isn't school picture day, bitch. This is called I'm trying to go home. So if you're a man and you ever do that, like, literally stop doing that, because nobody is here for it. And if I had smile, like, what were they going to do? If I had been like, smiling, were they going to be like, yeah, mama, come inside, we'll buy you drinks? Like, what? What would a smile have given them? But then I got home and I had a migraine and I was chat GBTing, and then I went to bed, and then I woke up and I was like, yeah, bitch, we're drinking that espresso martini. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Yeah. Men need to stop asking women to smile when they're walking home on the streets at night. 2 a.m. and I'm trying to get a ride to my house. Hey. Okay, low-key, in the past, like, this is so random, but one time I was with this man, and he wanted me to, like, rap for him, and I did. And sometimes I think about this moment in my life, because why would I do that? Like, I literally tried to rap for a man. But I remember it was like kind of good. But I also remember that we were like dying laughing after I like, because I like gave it my fucking all. Like he was like rap for me and I was like, yeah, give me a beat. And then I actually rapped. I think that I need to like shut the fuck up and stop spilling things about myself right now because I'm just gonna embarrass myself more, and like no one needs to know that I rapped for a man. I don't think I've ever told anyone that, so I'm very sorry that you have to know that. But I hope that you had a drink. Whoa. I hope that you had a drink poured for this week's episode because I feel like that was really important for us to be having a drink together. I'm so sorry if this episode was like very confusing. And thank you for tuning in. I'm obsessed with you. And I will catch you guys next week. Bye.